Go! Alright. Back to Ellie. What the hell? I was wondering when you'd show up, Kawaii. I hope you haven't made any plans for the day, because we've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend, the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. Doesn't seem like the usual MMO, or a possible MMO even. The rumors are to be believed. He's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Aldan society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same: the weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. That's the, it's the twin gods' thing. Was it Thal and Ball? Thal and Nald? Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. Only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message, until now, that is. Shall we, Kawaii? Let's go. Let me clear this up. We're heading back outside. That's the problem. That's something that's kind of annoying about all this. It's all set in Old Daw, which is just such a boring location. I'm looking forward to the Heavensward ones, where I think it moves to the Heavensward location. See, as much as I'd like to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Ul'dah has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could be after just about any of them. I can tell you this much, though. Whatever the thief's got his eyes on, it's got the Sultan's sworn and a right dither. Word has it they've formed a regiment of the best and brightest to safeguard the royal vaults from this very threat. Okay, here's time to pay a visit to the heart of the sword. Wait, hold up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourselves involved in this. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie, and a fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. The concern is touching, but I assure you that I'm ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Kawaii, time is of the essence. Alright. Where's that? Okay. What is this? Upstairs? Oh, it's the alchemy skill. Why is it an alchemist guild? Humphrey. Only authorized personnel are allowed in. Thal, Butterme the Broadsword. It's the Gentleman of the Light's adventuring companion and that catty but cute reporter for the Mithril's Eye. Who the fuck? Hildibrand is the Gentleman of Light? Hmm? You're a warrior of the light? What the fuck? Who is this? Was this part of the earlier Hildibrand quest? I guess so. Dang it, has the information you're looking for? It'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, eh? Pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. Such a weird name. My name is Ellie from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case. I'd appreciate any information that might shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie, and if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Koei Jirichio, yes? You know Koei? As any regular reader of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess to being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping that you would show up to assist in the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. We're already in the Sultan Sworn, the elite of Ul'dah's elite. I can only hope they prove more competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Bradian, only one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, come here. A moment if you would. Right there, very good. Now face me, don't move an elm. Oh? Inspector, what is in your... Please. What the fuck? Masking dust, a formula of my own devising that will allow us to see right through the thief's disguises. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counter-agent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over your eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we are only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. That said, have you been able to identify the thief's next target? The hidden treasure of Ul'dah, the last of the 4 lost relics of Baladia. I fear not. I've poured... What's the wrong pour? I've pored over the histories time and again, but the only mention of these 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars consider it little more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors born of light shall descend in the righteous glare. Legend goes on to describe 4 sacred relics, one each possessed by these 4 Baladian heroes, but makes no mention as to their appearance or nature. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times has he foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strengths. All artifacts of the Baladian origin have been sealed within the royal vault, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The blackguard will be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors, let alone the treasures within. You have our word, my lady. Oh, the Sultan Sworn are so fucking awful. I hate them and their fucking paladin job quests. Doubtless, you heard the recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sylvan have launched an investigation. The truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We'd be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady yes, and a gentleman. Oh. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Hello, Hildibrand. Holy shit, why is it so bright? Cast all worry from your heart, my lady. Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the demasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. There is actually no need for that. Hildibrand is a very tough one to imitate. Inspector Hildibrand, we are not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I will share all I know about the recent murders. The killer! The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far. Head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what if the method of killing? Conquered the head with a cudgel, gutted with a great sword, strangled with a subligar, mayhap? I'm afraid that we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the death of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action, and quickly. Understood, my lady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you'll put it to good use. He's gonna, like, spill it on the floor. Oh. That's somewhat invisible. Yeah, come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, gentlemen, welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Kawaii, my ever-loyal associate. Thanks. No, my ever-loyal associate. Investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave clues behind. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. You must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. Shit, it's Western Tower? Yeah. Flowers. Yes, it is all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist, who in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares. Just what do you think you're doing? Eh? Eh? I'm the one who put those flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me, poor boy. He dared defile his memory. Eh? Eh? 1,000 pardons, my lady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I'm Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you, on my own dear mother's name, that your son's killer will be brought to justice. Ahem, as I was saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean... Leave this place. Run while you still can. Run far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy. Oh, have we come back to this? A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense. Not nonsense, my boy. History. Or have you not heard the horrors of Sildid? I, Old's sibling nation, against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, eh? But I speak of far greater horrors than death, an unholy draught brewed by a Sildin alchemist. One with the power to turn the living to the dead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers. Traitor spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through. But you won't hear that from the Sultan Sworn. Thal alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me last respects. A traitor's spurn, I'd heard the stories, but I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here? A Sidiln, I'm sure of it. Only a Sidiln would know the recipe. But the last remnants of Sidil died 4 centuries ago, you say? Hee-hee-haw! Hee-hee-haw. Oh, they did. Hee-haw. I got to get the fucking, Clash Royale thing. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but did it ever occur to ye that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? Eh? Heard the tales from me own great-grandma, I did, about the 4 relics of Belladia, with the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Sildid has returned to wreak vengeance upon us. Woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father, if only you'd kept your nose out of those history books, and never so much breathed the accursed name of Sidil. But you did, and now we're doomed! Eeyaw! That bleeding whoreson's out here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicles. The most potent hair tonic the realm has seen? Aye, that it was. Well, before my flowing locks fell out all over again, and just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra ilm. Out bonk, charlatan. I'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and pull every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls. Hildibrand is onto something, or at least he thinks he is. It's all becoming clear to me now. That dear old woman's testimony has confirmed that which I had suspected from the start. Like a zombie picking its way at rotten flesh, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has peeled away the foul scab of uncertainty to reveal the truth within. Open your ears and feast your minds on the fruits of my flawless deduction. Ahem. Our phantom thief is a phantom indeed. A wayward spirit caught between the realm of the living and dead for nigh on centuries since meeting the tragic end on the battlefield. As such, our course of action is clear. We must placate this tortured soul, that it might abandon its vengeful vendetta and travel to the next life in peace. What is the true nature of the spectre's grievances? Without this knowledge, we cannot hope to assuage its rancor. Let's begin our search at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Doubtless, the tomes there contain a wealth of knowledge on the ill blood between the sibling nations. Notwithstanding Notwithstanding the abject stupidity of everything else that came out of your mouth, some knowledge of Sildir might serve us well. Go research as you will, and do take as much time as you need. You can count on me, Inspector Beardian. Whatever knowledge is to be gleaned at the guild, it shall not escape my inspector's eye.
I'm so good at seeing all this, like, off.
Got to be good. You're the adventurer who saved me back at the ruins, researching the ancient feud between Ul'dah and Sildir, are you? Why, I'm pleased to say I have more than a passing familiarity with ancient history. To understand the history of the sibling nations, one must go back further still, to the birth of their mother nation, Baladia. The fifth astral era was an age of untold wonders, where the arcane arts burgeoned, and the great civilizations that commanded such powers flourished. This age of enlightenment would not last, however. Power bred avarice, and avarice bred resentment. It culminated in the War of the Magi, which brought the great floods of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, which in turn swallowed once proud nations and left a battered wasteland in its wake. Mages were reviled and persecuted for having caused this catastrophe, with many forced to leave their homelands or face death. There was a small band of those survivors that found their way to Thanalan, where they would found the nation of Baladia some 8 centuries agone. Ah, imagine. A government of mages by mages and for mages. What wonders might have been wrought had Baladian civilization survived to this very day. Alas, it is not to be. Okay. So, big mage, discrimination, mages left, found a nation, nation splits apart, forms Sil'dah and Ul'dah. Greetings, traveler. You would learn of the war between Ul'dah and the fallen Sultanate of Sildir? It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. The two city-states coexisted for several generations until the bad blood between them boiled over, culminating in outright war. As you might deduce from the present state of affairs, Ul'dah emerged victorious, leaving its once proud sibling nation in smoldering ruins. As the histories tell it, the battles fought between the battles fought between the sister nations were the stuff of nightmares. In a desperate attempt to overcome Ul'dah's superior numbers, Sil'din alchemists devised the most horrific stratagem. Employing a frightful formula known as the Traitor's Spurn, they brought their fallen warriors back as undead soldiers. Some theories have it that they even employed the potion on those of the living who were too weak or wounded to fight. Sends shivers up the spines just thinking about it, no? It is truly a crowning glory of our fair nation that our forebears were able to emerge victorious against these horrors. Are we gonna find out the reason why they emerged victorious, and it's gonna be kind of dark? Koei, don't surprise me like that. What's this? You're here not for your studies, but to learn the bad blood between Ul'dah and Sildir. Two scales, one of gold and one silver. The gold of Ul'dah weighing prosperity and power, the silver of Sade weighing knowledge and power. But the power sought by the two nations differed greatly, yes, greatly indeed. The power wrought by Uldan prosperity was that of justice and good, but the power wrought by Sodin knowledge was horrific beyond belief. Power to rip the living soul out of man and render him a mindless killing machine. On this matter, the histories are clear, but riddle me this, my friend. Who writes the histories, and what does this say of the words writ within? Yes, truth can be elusive and fickle as the shifting sands. As one example, did you know that in the war against Sodid, Uldan and Amalja warriors fought side by side? Likely, you did not, and neither did I, until I encountered a faded passage in an ancient text buried deep in our archives. And yet, in the histories read by the populace, we see no mention of this most fascinating fact. Might it be that someone, at some time, deemed this particular truth less than convenient? But I have said enough already. Knowledge is power, and surely our thaumaturge friends have a wealth of knowledge on the feud between Uldan and Sodeh. Let us begin our inquiry. Hello. You don't say, it's not every day someone comes to our halls to research Sodeh. As a fellow student of history, though, I'm more than welcome to conversation. Veladian civilization flourished in relative peace until twin sons were born to the royal family. The two were fierce rivals, and when they came of age and their father passed, each one claimed that he was the rightful heir to the throne. With neither son willing to relinquish the claim, they agreed to split their kingdom in two, forming the twin nations of Uldan and Sodeh. But not unlike the two proud princes, the sibling nations developed a penchant for rivalry. Be back in just a sec. Alright, I'm back. Let's... My ever-loyal associate. Tell me, what have you learned from your questioning of the scholars in these halls? Indeed, as it happens, I have learned much the same. Let's take a moment to review and allow my peerless powers of deduction to work their magic. A war of succession divides the great civilization of Belladia, giving rise to the sibling nations of Ul'dah and Sildid. The two nations coexist for some generations, until ill blood boils over, culminating in an outright war. Daunted by Ul'dah's superior military might, Sildid employs their advanced alchemical knowledge to horrific ends, transforming their own citizens, alive and dead, into a fearsome undead legion. Yes, I believe I have it. Facts at hand have led me to one unassailable conclusion. Our Phantom Thief is a descendant of the doomed Sildid, who seeks vengeance against those who reduced his countrymen to slavering zombies. To pacify his soul and send him peacefully into the next world, there is but one course of action. We must find the Sildin's statesman who conceived this dreadful stratagem and have him apologize to the thief in person for the suffering he has wrought. A brilliant plan. Perhaps you'd like to go find yourself a shovel and dig the statesman out of his grave yourself. Leaving aside this nonsense of spirits and specters, it appears increasingly likely that our quarry shares some link to Sildid. Its garish garb is no doubt meant to invoke the fallen sorcerer. The Sildin connection would also serve to explain the rare knowledge of Belladian relics their thief clearly possesses. What are the murder victims? What common thread amongst them could have incurred the ire of our adversary? Few people in town spoke of a man sighted calling upon the victims in the past days. Those who saw him said he had a most frightening air about him. Wait, yes, it's coming to me, of course. My keen investigator sense is ringing out with the voice loud and clear. This man oh shit. You really should stop thinking so hard. You'd like to strain a brain muscle. Miss Ellie, who is this man and where might we find him? My sources identified the man as Guguria, a traveling merchant known to frequent Horizon. Shall we pay him a visit? Yes, if you got business, make it quick. My time's too valuable to waste chatting with every stranger who passes by. Forgive us, good sir. My name's Ellie. I'm part of the Mythical Eye. Never blinking, all seeing. You know the rest. I was wondering if we could trouble you with just a few questions. Was it for love or money that you killed them? Yes, you, the thief of many faces. Me, a thief? What is this nonsense? I don't know who you are, but I ain't got the time or the patience for this mummery. Now if you'll excuse me, an important client awaits. I thought I recognized that voice. Lady Gerilda, well met indeed. Pray tell, whatever brings you to this environs this fair evening. Why, I live here, you ham-headed half-wit. Inspector Briardian, this is an unexpected pleasure. Do you have some business with my associate here, pray tell? Guguria, we can discuss business after. Pray lend the inspector here, the handsome one, whatever assistance he requires. Lady Gerilda, what about? Ah yes, my dear Maria's name day present. I had in mind one of the prize pieces from Eshdame's latest seasonal collection. You would be able to procure the one for me, yes? Or shall I eliminate the middleman and make the trip to Ul'dah myself? I'll say it just once more, Guguria. I expect you to give the inspector and his companions your full assistance. They, yes, even the stupid one, helped me regain something truly priceless. Yes, something more valuable than any mere trinket. Oh, she means her connection with her daughter. How wholesome. Alright, I'll tell you what I know. But you didn't hear it from me, got it? I was looking into the killing on behalf of a client of mine. The thief's got himself some of that zombie dust, the traitor's sperm, was it? And his cards speak of 5 victims. Got me to thinking. So did. 5 victims. It's Arbiters of Truth. The Arbiters of Truth, I'm not familiar with the name. Aye, if you would be. I thought it'd be some of the secret society and all. Influential personages of the Sultanate, you see. Working from the shadows to keep false knowledge about the Ul'dah Sildid conflict from reaching the ears of folks like you and me. False knowledge. Pray tell, what sort of knowledge might this be? Balls. Don't make me say no more. I've got a family to feed. Very well, just tell us one last thing. Who hired you? And where can we find him? Hob? His name's Hob. When he heard what I said, he told me that he was going to set sail for Limsa with his 5 best sellswords to guard his back. Said there were many prying eyes at the airship docks. Said he had a private ship docked and waiting for him at Vesper Bay. But remember, he didn't hear none of this from me. This man Hob must be one of the killer's targets. Doubtless, he also knows the identity of the remaining one. I doubt that. They say the Arbiters are so secretive, they don't even know each other's true identities. Now, don't ask me how all that works, but Hobbs got high-ranking friends in the Brassblades. Once he heard that the victims had all been zombified, he panicked. Guess he knew that he'd be next. Thank you very much, my kind sir. Once again, the ancient Manderville art of parley has procured us a key morsel of knowledge. Let us seek out this Hob fellow, and see what he can share with us. And let us hurry. The man's life is in danger even as we speak. Oh. Master Hob, is everything quite alright? No, stand back, Ellie. What the fuck? Oh. Hunger. I hunger for your brains. Damn, there's no saving the man. Go away, do what you must. Gotta get a pea shooter up in this bitch. Yes, my first-hand knowledge of zombies tells me this particular shade of green is unmistakably that of the undead. It would seem that we were a few moments late to the scene. A message, and then there was one. Nope. Hello, black man. Bitches again. Is something the matter, Inspector? Indeed, Noshu, there is. Ever since I picked up the trail of the phantom thief, I've had this fleeting sense of A sense that someone or something is watching us. The thief might be close at hand. We should be careful. For the moment, let's return and report our findings to Miss Phyllis. Secret society, you know. Knowing the identities of its members may yet lead us to the final victim. I too had best return to the Mithril Eye. Let's meet up again. I'll see what new clues I can cover in the meantime. You will do nothing of the sort, Miss Ellie. These streets are far too dangerous for you to walk alone. Inspector, I'll go with her. If you insist, Noshu, then I give my leave. But pray be wary, not just of the thief, but of Miss Ellie. She is quite the temper, as we both know. Miss Ellie, there's something I must tell you when this case is over. Be safe and promise me that you not attempt anything rash, as you did that time when the fiend took aim at my own life. Your life, Inspect. Ah, Costa del Sol. Yes, that was quite the ordeal, wasn't it? I'll be careful, I promise. I eagerly await the day when I may hear what it is you would share with me. A secret vow. Oh ho! Consider my interest piqued as well, good Inspector. Now let's be off. Miss Phyllis awaits our report. Now it's all the way back here. Fourth victim? Thal have mercy. We're able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims. The Arbiters of Truth. No, it cannot be. Somebody help! Uh-oh, Ellie's dying. Miss Ellie? Your voice came from the Miss Ellie, the voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Oh, they're dead. That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions before I knew what was happening. He was upon me. I could only bash his brains with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Aha! Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Noshu not with you? She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. Sounds like Nashu. This man wears the armor of a Sultan sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces? To think we would find our man like this. Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance. Puissance? I declare this case. I declare this case closed. I return this session to you, Miss Phyllis. Our suggestion was appreciated. In the end, it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case. Oh. Oh, is Phyllis also? While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value that you'd like to wantonly destroy? What is the meaning of this? Ingenious, a double disguise, planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt. This is squeaky. Ew. One of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault, and outfitted him with an ample supply of damascene dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp. Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie? Ah, no, that's impossible. Of course, it all makes perfect sense. With the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and rise through the ranks of the Mithril Eye, Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end, thus she hatched a plan to... Milady, the vault has been breached. The wise men's whisper, it's gone. For her foul crimes against the Sultanate, I hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody. Now the game is truly afoot. Oh. Bah, what is the meaning of all this wreck and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu? Nashu, no. Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie? That shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. Nashu! To think he'd literally stumble face first onto the second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve. Beneath the mask. Let's go. Not even the shockingest turn of events will deter the famed agent of inquiry. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companions, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis! I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that would only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildibrand Mander, but what? Me. What the fuck? Mind you, it's not a role I sought out of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened, and that I had been chosen for... One day, I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened, and that I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer in the Sultan's War, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector, over here. Duster. Come on, give her the dust. Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said that she saw someone in the shadows, but I went to take a look. So I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything but a dormouse. But it was a really cute dormouse, you see? It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Ashu. Yes, my inspector's sense speaks to me if someone is watching us go away. Let's split up and canvass our surroundings. What? Not here? Oh. Water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. Oh, okay then. Be going after, Sultan Sworn. Water-stained letter. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Nashu. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of Damascus dust. Oh, nice. Oh? Am I getting jumped? Oh, Godbert! I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you? Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite an unexpected turn. Now you've come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend? Or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Manderville man. Yeah, no, it couldn't. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would, not be pleased. Cinder speaks true. The villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Koei. What say you have a few words with each of them, and see if aught is amiss? Hello, Phyllis. Oh, not Phyllis. Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion. And yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Inspector Briardian told me all about it. Who'd have thought Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses, this one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they must have... To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Where could she have gone? Father, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us. Well, I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose of that powder Koei has found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying around, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse that you deserve to be. I fear that it's more time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. You know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only had passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Koei here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had quite a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashi was so close, I dare say at times it is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. Ahem. I'm a Manderville. Man. Doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Corthus to Thanalan. Manderville. Man, you're the best, Inspector. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... genius inspector? Get her. The charade is up, Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie, you look somehow different. Godbird. The letter spoke true. The fiend was in our midst all along. Who is this unfamiliar woman, and what secrets does she hold? Seven hells done by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his motley troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briardian, once again, you fail to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, my eminently capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Ceci. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite alright? Well, you do look as though you've seen a ghost. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. Well, we are, mind you, are the last living scions of Sildin aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask. Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to the heights of celebrity. Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I would ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice. 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the histories say that it was Soldia that turned their own men into zombies. Histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those that would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ul'dah that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Ul'dah army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moments before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that the histories don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed sultan sworn would keep killed to keep buried deep in the sands of Sandland. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long, you and everyone in this rotting nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. Ahaha. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough when they're eating each other's brains out on the streets. In the last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Ul'dah vaults, hiding away in a secret vault sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened, by assembling the 4 secret relics from Baladia. 4 relics once housed in the royal palace of Sildid, before the Ul'dah dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at the last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics. Makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think, one day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren. You were there when the zombie powder rained down on Ul'dah. No, wait, you'll all be dead. Ahahaha. Preposterous. But first, you, my dear, you'll not even have the pleasure of looking along the last moments of your precious homeland. Your frost rot like all of your rotten lives. I think not, Miss Ceci. No, Hildibrand! Hildibrand! You idiot, just for once could you not get in the way? Godbert Manderville, I can't even trust your sorry arse to look after him for a day. I knew it, that presence watching over us from the shadows. It was you, my dear wife. Oh no! Ahem. Am I to understand that you are Hildibrand's mother? Oh, here he comes. Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's enough to send a warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Koei. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Oh? Damn, he got his ass beat! Holy fuck! Do ye have popotos for brains, you overstuffed baboon? My beloved boys, been turned into a stinking corpse, if ye hadn't bloody noticed. You, Koei or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ye. My dear boy has always been had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I can come on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to my sorry-arse husband here. And look what that got me. You'll help me out, won't ye? Oh. They're all dead. Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him. He's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. Vial of holy water. The ingredients are simple: a tatter of oversoul rags and a phial of twice distilled water. Scent Goat at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry, once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashi was still alive. What? You got out of the wall? Ouch, that's smart. Yeah, it's Hildy. You're looking none too hard at yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling oaf. Now, are you going to accompany Koei here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall? But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Scent Goat Sundries, was it? Come now, Koei. There's work to be done. Change this tune right quick. Oversoul rags, you say? I fear that I've only a single tatter left in stock. It's already been spoken for. Well, my good man, you must reconsider. My dear friend's life, and quite possibly mine own as well, hangs in the balance. I sympathize with your plight, friend, but a man has to make a living. I have been promised a copious supply of rare chimera membrane for these rags. Unless you can offer me the same, no deal. Gah! And you expect us to be able to summon such a rarity out of nowhere at a moment's notice? Well, look what we have here. If it isn't the warrior light from the Colosseum. Funny who you meet in the markets. Oh, hey. As it happens, I just returned from my training. And the slaying of 10 chimeras just happened to be my task for the day. If it's chimera membrane you seek, you're more than welcome to a share. My lady, you are far too kind. Don't mention it. If it hadn't been for Inspector Hildibrand and Koei here, I'd still be tag teaming with that slimy beast and cheating my way to fame and fortune. I'm a woman who pays her debts. Thought it'll take me if that wasn't Avila the Tempest. Ever since she confessed to her trickery and started climbing back up from the bottom of the ranks, I've been proud to call myself one of her biggest fans. I've half a mind to give you the rags you seek simply for the privilege of meeting her. A kind sentiment, my good man, but we are more than happy to uphold our side of the bargain, aren't we, Koei? And with this, our task here is done. Now let us find this traitor named Guest. The blundering Manderville boy is on his last legs, and you need something of mine to save him, you say? Perhaps you can give me a good reason why I should care. Those bloody Mandervilles are richer than the traitors themselves. Yet they have the audacity to haggle me down to the last gill for every purchase. If the family line ended today, I'd be a happier and wealthier man. And now, I believe the ballroom calls. Good day to you, and do pass along my condolences to the grieving parents. Have you not a shred of honor or compassion in that spindly body? Business rival or no, the man's on death's doorstep. After the events of that day, my father will not easily forgive and forget, and it matters not to me. No, my love for you is as deep as the seven seas. I beg of you, milady, may I have this dance? Oh, okay. It's nice. We're wrapping everything up. Kawaii, what a lovely surprise. Are you here for the ball, perchance? Heavens, the poor inspector! Well, if it isn't the lapis maiden in the flesh, what say you bid farewell to preening fops and scruffy adventures and share a dance with a cultured gentleman, befitting of your great beauty? Why, it would be a pleasure and an honor both, my lord. Provided you first provide my good friend Koei with the bottle of twice distilled water that she seeks. You know this woman? Bah! If that was the price you would set, then so be it. Take it, it's barely worth its weight in gil, anyway. Now, shall we, Miss Arabella? I knew Hildy to be a worthy rival. To think he was this beloved by so many. Clearly, this realm will deeply mourn his loss. Quickly, Kawaii, let us deliver these goods while there is still time to save him. I trust the two of ye wouldn't dare to come back empty-handed. Yep, here you go. Got to see Gogbert's back up. Bloody brilliant. I'd take you over my muscle-headed half-wit of a husband any day. Wait, where did Ceci go? Now stand back and let me show you some real Manderville home cooking. Oh, ye bloody bugger. Guide my skillet. Aye, that should stop its spread. Now it's up to Hildy to flush what's left out of his system. Don't worry, he's my son after all. I reckon he's still got some fight left in him. Look what I found. She was slumbering obliviously in a rubbish-strewn corner of Pearl Lane. Boy, did that nap feel good. Yes, I'm sure it did. Koei, word has it that Ellie has been sighted at the Sildin ruins. We must go there with all haste. You've done well, my dear boy, today. Don't worry, I'll handle things from here. There's a nice warm bed for him, and I think I know a few specialists who might know a thing or two about his condition. What in the seven hells are you standing around for? The future of Ul'dah is at stake. Koei, my strength is yours as well, for Ul'dah and for our friend Hildy. Hello. Just going through the Hildibrand quests. Almost done. You remind me of my husband. What with ye having more muscles than sense. If you're so keen on making yourself useful, why don't you run to the market to bring me some fire crystals? Keeping my dear boy warm was key to fighting off the zombification. Let's see. I believe 20 crates or so should suffice. Thanks. Yeah, no, I've just been rocking with this name for a while. I don't know. I'm a warrior, not an yes, my lady. I say, Enkidu, the burden we must bear simply to secure my long-awaited final confrontation with Koei. That said, the events of today have given me cause to reflect. Koei and Hildy both. Oh, to be blessed with such veritable legions of friends tired and true. Thank you! Alas, no, not I. No, only one true friend have I ever known, and she is long lost to me. You are a fine bird, and have given me great comfort in my travels. But you will never be Enkidu, my one and true companion. Oh, my friend, were you here with me, even Koei could not stand against her combined might. Oh, Enkidu, wherever you may wander, hear my words and return here to my side. Enkidu, do you hear me? Enkidu! Is he trying? Wait. What? Gaz, what was that flash from the heavens? It nearly blinded me. And what? The crystals, where have they gone? Did he summon a fucking primal? Fancying meeting you here, old friend. That voice, could it be? My faithful companion. Why must you always make me wait so? Did he just summon a fucking primal? Oh, nice, I get all the stuff. What are you doing dilly-dallying around here? Let me jog your memory. There's a moonsick maid digging around at the Sildin excavation site with her mind set on turning Ul'dah into the land of the walking dead. to track her down. Miss Ellie just up ahead. Where your friends watch over her as we speak. Yet no matter how many times we try to reach out to her, she refuses to so much as answer. Needless to say, we consider physically incapacitating her. But that oh, we do still have Ceci, that's good. She kind of just disappeared earlier. Needless to say, we considered physically incapacitating her, but that crate she's sitting on just isn't just a makeshift chair. It's filled to the brim with a Traeger sperm. One misstep, and the consequences could be dire indeed. You are our only hope, Koei. Even her single-minded rage, surely the time you spent together must still count for something. You need not put yourself in undue danger. I only ask that you step forth to where your voice may be heard and call out your friend's name. I beg of you, Koei. Surely, if anyone can convince the woman to abandon her madness, it's you. Beggars belief that I could have been so blind. Koei, I suggest you leave this place while you still can. I bear you no grudge, but should you so much as think of interfering, I will not hesitate to turn you into a zombie too. So as you, after all, consider me disappointed. Your sister Ceci is already in custody. Surrender now, and I will see that no harm befalls her. How little do you understand us, Inspector? Then again, how could one born into a life of power and privilege ever hope to understand? Ceci and I have no family, no friends, no fortune, nothing. Two sisters against the world, their only quest for justice to give us meaning. With only our quest for justice to give us meaning. Long ago, we made a vow. Should the worst happen, our mission takes priority over all. Yes, over our own wretched lives. Do you see now? Anything I might once have had to lose, I lost long ago. Now stand down, or suffer the same fate as the Odan dogs that you would defend. It's basically just the same thing as, the Gladiator sisters. Ellie, stop this madness. I'm sorry, Inspector. There's too many of them. I kind of doubt that. Oh! He got rid of the clothes! They're fucked! Holy shit! No, not you. Gilgamesh gets his pop-off moment? Ayo. You only delay the inevitable. I have an entire legion of the undead at my beck and call. Face it, it's only with Inspector Hildibrand's ridiculously good fortune that you even made it this far. He's as good as 6 palms under.
I think he's fine. Completely fine. Be forewarned, girl. Girl. Know that I speak from experience when I say, underestimate Hildy, and you will do so at your own peril. I'm afraid you underestimate me as well. No mere splash of holy water can stave off the effects of traitorous burn. I fear the good inspector's luck has finally run out. Balls, balls. Is there no end to them? And I'm not liking our chances. Greg, was it? Let's go! The return of Greg. Did he just nod? He's just come to accept it. It's a shame to lose you, Koei. Warrior of light that you are. You might yet have served one last purpose for us. Go forth, my zombie minions. Something behind her? Is it... Oh! Oh! They're all Manderville men! And darkness falls, and hope fades to despair. Poor warriors born of light shall ascend in the righteous glare. Bugger me with my broadsword. Are my eyes to be believed? That pose. No, these are not 4 warriors of light that I see. They are 4 gentlemen of light. Just so, my good man, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return. Did you miss me? Let's go, Hildibrand. What the fuck? Wait, it was his bald head? Aye, we meet again, girl. Tell me you've got my sterble tonic. Well, fashioned myself a wig from your lovely locks after I've ripped them clean from your bloody head. Oh, jeez. Oh, hello there, Mr. Elazar. Core, you're looking absolutely resplendent today. Impossible. The holy water couldn't have cured him. It didn't. Fortunately, our overlord spent quite some time building up an immunity to zombie powder. When we heard that Master Zombiebrand was at risk of joining the actual dead, we knew we had to take action. An immunity too. The game is up, Miss Ellie. Pray abandon this madness. Besides, plots of mass murder hardly suit a lady like yourself. It's over. It's all over. Inspector Briardian. You said there was something you would tell me when it was all through. Imagine you have no words for me now. Ellie, your powers of deduction are wanting. You said that you had lost everything and everyone you had to lose, did you not? As for me, I have found something, someone, with whom I intend never to part. I care not if it takes years, even decades. When you emerge from your jail cell a free woman, I will be there. What say you? Thank you, Godbert. Sally, while the crimes perpetrated by you and your sister are unpardonable, you are far from the only ones guilty. On behalf of the Syndicate, I offer my apologies for the false aspersions cast upon your ancestors. You said that the nation of Voldal was built on lies. Seeing what I have seen today, I cannot deny your words. It will not be an easy task to rewrite, nay, restore history. But know this. I'll do everything in my power to bring the truth to this fore. Are we not forgetting someone here? And by someone, I mean me. Are we really gonna finish it off with a Gilgamesh fight? If you're quite done playing Cloak and Dagger, I require Koei's presence for a matter of far greater importance. The time of our too long delayed confrontation is nigh. Why the long face, friend? But mayhap this will have you singing a happier tune. A sword? Could it be the treaty blade, the true one at that? None other, and I have not the slightest intention of parting with it, save to the one who would defeat me in single combat. Ah, but I must misspeak. It will not be single combat this time. Is that my cue, old friend? Oh my. You're a big gun? Thal be merciful. What is that abomination? Some new breed of void scent? Abomination? I'll thank you to address my companion with courtesy, girl. But 'twas the most curious thing. There I was, hauling a crate full of crystals for Hildy's mother, thinking how much better things would be if my dear friend Enkidu were here. Yeah, he totally summoned a fucking primal. Then came a flash from the heavens. The next thing I knew, there she was. By the gods, it makes perfect sense. Doubtless the crystals heard Greg's heartfelt plea, summoning forth his friend, nay, no mere friend, but rather the primal Enkidu. And the world has now completely and utterly ceased to be bound by the laws of logic. I think it ceased quite a while ago. Koei, you embasted me in the past, but facing the two of us together will not prove so easy a task, and yet I trust you will not shirk from the challenge. I, Enkidu, and I shall await you at Amdapor Keep. Tis a ways from here, but what better venue for a climactic confrontation? If you would claim the treaty blade, then claim it from me as a warrior. To the skies, Enkidu, to the skies. Two against one, that's not very gentlemanly of you, Greg. Come, Koei, to Amdapor. This is a grave development indeed. To think that one man could summon a primal on his own. I must send word to the Scions at once. The Scions have received word. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, but of course. I had near forgotten that we had a warrior of light in our midst. Please, Koei, you are our only hope to slay the primal and reclaim the blade. Let's go, the gentleman zombies. Why is it here? This is such an odd location to choose for the final fight. You're going so far out of the way. What the hell? How did this happen? Is that you, Kawaii? Please forgive me. I was right on Greg's trail when I encountered a subterranean curiosity that demanded my immediate attention. I'll be concluding my investigation forthwith, but in the meantime, might it trouble you to entertain Greg and his primal friend in my stead? Together we will reclaim the treaty blade from that knave, Kawaii. Yes, well, just go on ahead. I'll be along directly. Hey, let's go. At long last, we meet again on the battlefield. I dare say Enkidu shall come to enjoy our tussles as much as I. You, however, might not find this one so enjoyable, unless you enjoy getting pounded senseless. Aha. Enkidu, are the bonds of our friendship so fragile? Me? Run away? Ha! I was but seeking out a more suitable spot to celebrate my inevitable victory. But enough exposition, and I fight like men, and ladies who dress like men. That's a bit... For Gilgamesh, it is transmogrifying time. What the fuck? Mighty sworn average of race in the Eorzea stands before you, by which I mean, I, Gilgamesh, prepare yourself. Why can't I do this? Why is this in his moveset? Why is he capable of this? Think that my full complement of arms would avail me not. Oh. No more hijinks from Gilgamesh. You have my word. Okay. Change this tune right quickly. Treaty Blade 2, I shall return, just as soon as I remember where I hit it. What the fuck? Enkidu! Not. Ha! I lied again, like a rug. Oh, I kill me. Jesus Christ, dude. You can take that fusty old blade for all I care. I thirst for true power, and not save the strongest of blades can quench it. Warrior of Light, you have proven a worthy opponent, but I warn you, treasure every moment you with your weapon. Are you stuck like this now? What ho, Kawaii! Have you seen Greg and his oversized avian companion? Lead me to them at once, and we shall deliver the coup de grace together. Coup de grace. The battle has already been won. That is triumphant news indeed. Clearly the lessons you have learned from me have not been for naught. And what's this you say? The treaty blade lies hidden somewhere in the nearby wood? Worry not, my ever-loyal associate. For no buried treasure will escape the keen eye of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Now, which way is the forest again? Ah, yes. Kawaii, what news of the primal and the treaty blade? Remarkable. I knew the Warrior of Light would emerge triumphant. Let us hope that Inspector Hildibrand enjoys similar success in finding the blade. Such design, such craftsmanship. At once bold and powerful, yet sensitive and refined. I believe I found the inspiration for my next masterpiece. Of course they're beautiful. They're the greatest treasures of lost Sildir. To think they were locked away in the vaults that destroyed our homeland and dragged our ancestors' names through the mud. And just how did you come to know of these long-lost relics? There's an ancient scroll. Oh, let's go, Nashu. Falling asleep again. Left to us by our dear grandmother. It spoke of the 4 warriors of light, their 4 relics, and an incantation of untold power. If we could have wielded this magic of legend, Ellie and I might have had the last laugh. Alas, speaking the words had no effect. Only a warrior of light can wield the power, or so the legend goes. Ah, what I wouldn't have given to see it, the ultimate achievement of the greatest mages this realm has ever known. And just what sort of incantation is this? The ring casts open the doors of justice. The wise man whispers a verdict true. Azema's virtues shines down from the heavens. To complete the incantation, the warrior of light would then hold forth the treaty blade and speak, "Blade in hand, I swear unto you." The legends differ as to what happens next, but all speak of a great holy radiance shining down from the heavens. Over here, friends, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, returns with tidings most triumphant. Alright, let's go. Let's see what's gonna happen. What are these heavens giving us? Behold, safe in my hands, none other than the treaty blade, and the real one. This time I swear unto you. Yes, yes, just like to that, I swear unto you then. My word, whatever this odd tingling sensation. Ridiculous. Hildibrand isn't a warrior of light. He's just some fool who thought he could stop the lesser moon with his own bare hands. It would seem the treaty blade is just as confused as the rest of us. No, the light, someone stop it. I won't stand to see the legendary power of our forefathers wielded by this muscle-bound buffoon. No! Skyward ho! Oh, I dare say that proved to be a most useful incantation indeed. And so the light of justice that shone from the tree blade banished the shadow, returning peace to the land. So the legend ended. I must say, I never expected it to quite literally be a beam of light. I suppose it wouldn't have been much use to us after all. Expecto! Oh, expecto! Wait for me! Falls balls, Hildy. First you almost died at your poor mother's feet, and now ye fly off to God's nowhere without even giving her a kiss goodbye? Ho ho ho! It appears that a case of wanderlust has once again struck Hildibrand, as it has many a mannerful man before him. Godspeed, my boy. When the day comes that you tire of mystery solving, your dear old man will be here to pass on to you the family art. So in the end, the Sildin incantation of legend was wielded not by a warrior light, but a gentleman of light. Well, the tree blade is some 6 centuries old after all. Perhaps its knight is not quite as sharp as it used to be. The magic that brought peace and happiness to the people of Belladia. It was every bit as beautiful as I imagined. To think I would see it with my own eyes. It's nothing short of a dream come true. He bumbles and stumbles through yet another case, and still he manages to make a girl's dream come true. A gentleman to the end, the bloody bastard. Yeah, he's flying. What's this? A glint in the corner of my eye? A curious scent wafting in on the winds from a far-flung land? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there. Let's go. Why does Nashi never actually get to wear the outfit? She always just wears the fucking, like, basic ass, like, cotton garb. And with that, ARR Hildibrand is complete. Thank you all for watching, and look forward to another one.